Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and in this video I'm showing you how to use shelves in Minecraft to do stuff like this, where you can immediately switch out your entire hotbar with the contents of the shelves. So first I'll show you how to get these shelves for yourself, and then exactly how you can use them in the various different ways. So if you like Minecraft videos like this one, then please make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more Minecraft tutorials just like this one in the future. So shelves are a part of the third game drop of 2025, so they're a very recent addition to the game, and they can be used to display 3 stacks of items. And each type of wood has a shelf variant, which means that currently there is 12 in total. Oak, spruce, birch, jungle, acacia, dark oak, mangrove, cherry, pale oak, bamboo, crimson, and warped. And they can be placed down just like this. But how can you get these in survival mode? Well, you can craft them by using 6 stripped logs, or 6 stripped stems, or 6 blocks of stripped bamboo, depending on the type of shelf you want. For example, if we would want the dark oak shelf, we just have to strip 6 dark oak logs and then mine these 6. You strip them by interacting on the logs with an axe, just like this. And this is done with all the wood types in the game. Then next you can use either a crafting table or of course a crafter to craft the shelves. The crafting recipe is like this: 3 of the stripped logs on top and the other 3 on the bottom of the crafting recipe, and it gives you 6 shelves of that wood type. Then you can place down your shelf. It can be floating, it doesn't matter, it doesn't need any block behind it or above it or below it. And then next you can put in 3 stacks of items. So you can put in single items, just like this. You aim at the shelf you want to place the item in, just like this, and then you can place them in the 3 different spots that a shelf has. But that was just putting in single blocks. You can also look at the spots with a stack of items in your hand and then interact with that part of the shelf. And that puts in the entire stack in that shelf part. As you can see right there, now there's 3 full stacks of items in this singular shelf, and you can take them back out again by aiming once again at the 3 different items. But this doesn't work exactly the same as I showed you at the start here, and you can also notice that there are no vertical bars here on these shelves, and that's because these shelves are actually powered. So if we take a look behind these shelves, you will see that there are levers at the back that are powering these shelves. So how does that work? Well, let's place down a few more shelves, and you can see that if we put a redstone block on top, that the texture of these shelves changes. And of course the same thing would happen if I place it at the back. But you will notice that also these textures will link up with nearby shelves, as you can see right here. Now all of these 3 are linked, and there's only the textures here at the end, signaling the end of the shelves. Now the functionality of the shelf also changes when it's powered, because once a shelf is powered, you can actually put items in all 3 slots at once. And this is how it works. So if there's just one powered shelf, then we'll take the items that are in the rightmost slots of your inventory and put them in the shelf. So if I now click this, you will see that those 3 items I had in the right 3 slots of my hotbar are now placed inside of the shelf. If I click it again, I can also take them back out. And if I have other items now in those 3 slots, like so, then interacting with the shelf will switch those items back and forth, as you can see. So that way you can immediately put in 3 stacks of items into a shelf at once. But then it becomes more interesting, because if we then also power this second shelf here, just like this, you'll notice that now these 2 are connected, and that means now these 6 slots here will be switched with the shelves. So now if you right click, you can see that that happens now. So if you also put some more items in these final 3 slots, you will notice that it will switch out those 6 slots back and forth between those 2 shelves. And then you might already expect it, but yes, if we then add the power to the 3rd shelf over here, now we'll switch out our entire hotbar with the 3 shelves in front of us, which is what I showed you at the start of this video. You can also take a redstone comparator output from a shelf, where an item in the leftmost slot gives out a redstone signal strength of 1. An item in the middle shelf will give out a redstone signal strength of 2. And finally an item in the rightmost shelf will give out an output of 4. And if you combine them, you will see that that in total goes up to a redstone signal strength of 7. Furthermore, you can also add items to a shelf through a hopper. So we can add a block of gold just like this. It goes into the 1st slot. If we add redstone dust, it goes into the 2nd slot. And then if we add, for example, the shelf itself, it goes into the 3rd slot. And you can also take items out by placing a hopper underneath, just like that. You can also place in items using droppers. And so there we go, that's how to get and use shelves in Minecraft for both Minecraft Java Edition and Minecraft Bedrock Edition. If you have any more questions about the shelves, then please leave them in the comments down below. But anyway, there we go, hope you all enjoyed this video, and if you did, then please subscribe!